Oh, wait. Hi.
You entered the Coachman zone.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
thank you instead of the Chokeman zone.
welcome.
We don't want to make people think that this show is not fun, right?
Oh,
No
man.
way.
Oh,
You might have been a little too aggressive on the intro,
welcome to the Real and Raw. I'm Lynn, and you are?
And I'm Brian.
And you are Mr. the Man of the Day. You are the coach. Look at him. There he is. There he is, Brian.
Yeah, look at him.
I'm rolling out to you, baby.
He was practicing for everybody backstage, so we got a firsthand version of that. Yes.
Well, I came prepared for you.
You guys missed so much fun beforehand. It's not even funny.
I came prepared.
Okay. Well, you know what? He's the Holy Bible. It is a Good Friday, and here I'd like you to take a minute and selfishly plug yourself, and I don't mean it in that way, Coach, but I'd like you to introduce everybody.
Coach, we're ready to play.
Yeah, introduce yourself to everybody so we can get started.
Well, I am Charles Coachman. I am a realtor here in San Jose, California, in the beautiful Silicon Valley. I have been married for many, many years, somewhere just about 40 years. 2 beautiful children. I do love this, but I'm also a fun guy. I enjoy life. I love music, and I just want to get real and raw.
Woo-hoo! Welcome. We are so happy that you're here. This is going to be so much fun. I am super, super excited. Oh, there we go. Tracy's here. Yeah, this is the Friday gang with our friend here, the Coachman, the Charles Coachman,
the Chokeman.
The Chokeman, the joke man, the everything man. He's the man today. We're going to make him the man of the hour today.
Man, it started late last week when we were coming up with words. I mean, we had a couple carryover words to this week, but then when we went down the music rabbit hole, woo, was it easy pickings for words this week?
All right, so
I'm ready for Wetwood.
You know what? Charles, did you stay last night when I told that to Glenn about the Wetwood?
No.
Or did you leave?
I had to leave towards the end because I had to make a real estate call.
Gotcha.
I was 15 minutes late.
I told Glenn about the Wetwood, how that's my thing now, and all that. And I was telling about my weight loss, and I was telling about this and that. And it was so funny. He goes, well, Lynn, I'm so proud of you and blah, blah, blah. He goes, but I can't wait to read about your book about peeing on wood. I was like, okay,
Glenn. Well, Glenn's got the all-time story about pee.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He'll never look at the convenience cup the same ever again.
That was a mighty fine lemonade, folks.
Wouldn't it be cool if we had Glenn on here one day? That would be super cool.
Oh, Lynn, by the way, from the King of Sales, he actually mentioned on today's live that he would be open for being a guest on our show.
No way!
He mentioned that. I think he's let it snuck. He let it in his when he was talking. I think he let it sneak by. So, yeah.
I mentioned that I was going to be on here, and with that comment, he says, "Brian Kelm, I want you to know, I'm willing to come on your show. I'm going to be there."
There it is. Okay, I heard it right.
That is so exciting. So, Brian, we'll have to get on the beginning of May. That the littler book sales.
This Midwestern boy is going to be completely outnumbered by the East Coast. If we get him on this show. Oh man.
Oh yeah, Jeffrey doesn't even know I'm a Long Island girl, so it'll be wild. It'll be fun.
Man, all they'll perceive me as is corn. You know,
You know what? I probably should ask Jen to be on the show too. Wouldn't it be great to have them both on the show at the same time too? Well, we'll take turns.
Yeah.
Yeah, together or separate, but separate I think would be
Oh yeah.
extraordinary.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be exciting. So why don't you explain this really quick to our audience, Brian, and let's let this roll.
So thanks everybody, all of our loyal listeners and viewers for watching us today, Tracy, and anybody else that comes on in, and then to anybody that catches our replay. We're truly honored and grateful you're with us with our co-host, guest co-host, Charles Coachman, who volunteered without any idea of what he is walking into. So every Friday, and I think that this is our third or fourth week that we take any words or phrases throughout the week. This week was the week of the blank canvas. Anything that is noteworthy or a Lynnism or a Charlesism, I put it in a bag and it's just rapid fire, a few sentences, or if you want to divulge a little bit more, but it's just meant to send everybody off to a great weekend and fun and just in the moment. So very short form type of improv.
I
So
want to
that's
see
what-
the bowl or the hat that you've got with all those questions in it.
What's that?
I want to see the bowl or the hat that you have.
I just got a little baggy here.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
He
That
just
looks
want
like about 3 grams?
Yes, it is.
he just wanted to make sure.
Would you like me to weigh it? I'll put it on my head and see if it.
He just want to make sure this was legit.
Hey, Charles, is that work? I mean, my hair didn't move. Is that 3 grams? Is that,
I think it's 3 grams right there.
Well, we're spot on there. Imagine that. I didn't even have to get a scale.
Man on the run.
Yeah.
Man on the
Holy crap!
Hi, Charles.
Brian! Where's Lynn?
We're not even on our first words yet. What the heck?
Lynn, you can't catch up to me.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I think I should have.
Well,
I think I should have.
well, just so everybody knows, is that Charles' lighting conceals how red his face really is. Just to establish that.
Oh my gosh. I think for Fridays I'm gonna have to start investing on some Depends.
Oh my God!
I'm already laughing so hard here.
That might be a permanent word in the assortment. You know, depends. What say you?
Now that depends.
Okay, let's get to the embarrassment and let's get to the embarrassment.
Okay,
So,
here we go.
Charles, this one is how much you went down a rabbit hole with song lyrics and artists and everything. So the first one is it's a song lyric and a title. Give them something to talk about. What say you? Give them something to talk about.
Well, I gotta say that it is one of my little rocking songs by Bonnie Raitt. That, you know what? When you can give them something to talk about, you got it going on, baby. Give it all. Give them something to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh, look at that. We got Jerry in the house.
Jerry's here.
Oh, Jerry.
Thanks for being here, Jerry. Great broadcast with your wife. What was that, yesterday or the day before? All about training and development, always being a student. So yeah, great message.
Carol are awesome. They are an awesome couple.
Love them. I can't wait. I'm going to go to visit him at his house on my way to New York. I'm so excited.
How'd that go again, Lynn? Oh, that was fantastic. That's like the Christmas card to all of our fans right there. That's like Hey, look at that, Charles. You see that right there? That's something that we strive to do as early as possible every show, right there on Lynn's face.
Oh my god. No, I'm gonna need like little intermittent wipers.
She needs intermittent wipers for eyeballs.
That and Depends. We got it covered, baby.
What a combination.
Bottom to top.
I need intermittent wipers for my eyeballs and Depends. How can you go wrong with that combo?
Oh my gosh. I am definitely giving you guys something to think about and something to talk about.
Oh, nice
Because
time.
let me tell you, you realize that people can walk into a conversation and totally not know what the heck you're talking about. And then all of a sudden they start talking about what you were talking about. And then all of a sudden we gave them something to talk about. I'm Lynn and I'm done and I'm complete.
Lynn.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you, Jerry.
Hey, Lynn, you're not on Clubhouse. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
You can back away. You know,
Okay.
we don't need your signature.
Okay.
Speaking of a rabbit hole.
Yeah. Can you, as a side note, I mean, you guys, Charles, are you on Clubhouse?
I am on Clubhouse, but I don't think I've opened the app in 3 weeks.
Okay.
No.
Is it true that people are like their marriages are in jeopardy and all sorts of things as a result of this? Like how much of a
there is some issues with a lot of stuff. Spending too much time there and not enough time in real life, and even Ken just cut down with saying being on Clubhouse and things like that. So yeah, but anyways, it would really be nice to go in there now with the mission to rescue people to get them out of the freaking Clubhouse. But
right.
Anyways, but anyhow, so what are you going to give them to talk about?
Yeah, so what I'm going to give them talk about is when you've carved out your own path and you're doing your own thing, you don't really care, give them something to talk about. It. You're doing it without even trying. You're being yourself. You're doing your own thing, and the more they talk about you, the less sensitive you are because you're doing your own thing and you're being yourself.
Absolutely.
I'm Brian and I'm out. Oh, wait a minute. Wrong show.
Clubhouse, Brian, and I'm out.
So what do you think of our answers there, Mr. Coach?
Yeah, Coach.
Hey, yeah. I think they're terrific. We got to be able to cover things, and each of us is different. I'm going to go for whatever my meaning is or whatever my definition is, and you guys are going to do the same. So it's whoever and whatever you are.
And that's what I love, and I'm very thankful to Ken for this, is that he connected us all, and we truly do have this unconditional love between us that I don't think there's anything you could say to me, either one of you, that I would hold it against you and not feel the love for you. I mean, I truly am all about the fact that it's great to have a tribe like that. It's great to know that there's we have a no judgment zone, and it's so fantastic to have that. I mean, it's such a blessing, and I am very thankful for that. We're going to have Ken next week here, so there you go. It's going to be exciting. Yeah.
Now, let me tell you that I had the opportunity to meet Brian because of Scott McCain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I am going over to Jeffrey Gittimer's, and there's this guy, Brian. And then head over to Ken's, and there's this guy, Brian. And Brian is a guy that, he's a good, deep thinker. His answers and his thoughts are put out there and just well written. Mine are just, my fingers stutter. So, hey, I got to know Brian, and from just the answers that he gave or the questions that he asked, so that's a good guy. That's a great guy.
Thank you, Charles. I'm honored to have you in my life.
We got to meet through Ken's program, and I'm grateful for it. Look at all the people that we've been able to connect with from all over the world.
Yeah.
I know people in Australia now. I know people in Africa. I know people in Germany. I know people in France. And I know people in the United States that I would have never had an opportunity to meet.
I know.
Because of this.
It's so, and that's just it. We're all from different walks of life, but we just have this unconditional love. And I just love that. Look, like Jerry. I mean, I was thinking about him the week that he had that heart attack. I mean, was I not saying I have to call Jerry? And I was thinking about him, and then that's what happened. Yep. I mean, and I was planning to have him on my show, and I mean, it's just, like I said, it's just such a family, you know, and Weldon's on the men's, you know, I mean, he got his liver transplant. I mean, like, we're just a little speck of each other's life, but, you know, we stop for a minute and we just, we just embrace each other. And I couldn't be happier about that than anything. I mean, it's such a blessing.
Yeah.
So we do give everybody something to talk about. What's the next one, Brian?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, Lynn. It's one that we've already talked about.
I have this thing.
You just walked right into that. This is an improv show, and whatever is felt is what you do. You know? So, Charles, you've already talked, but we need just a little bit more than just like a Cliff Notes version of wet wood.
Wet wood. Okay,
Wet
this
wood.
is actually something that's been part of my life for a long time, because I've got a couple of different thoughts on that. Wet wood. I had a cabin when I was a kid, and so we would cut down wood. We would let it season for a year because it was wet. It wouldn't burn. It wouldn't burn unless you had a blazing fire. So we always let it season. Now I have turned that into wet wood is thinking about young adults.
Mm.
Young adults are wet wood. Most of them don't have any idea, and they need some seasoning. They need a year or two or more to become the mature adults that they're going to be. That's where I am at with my wet wood. I'm Charles, and I'm out.
I love that. I love that, because that's truly, like, when I envision this whole thing with the wet wood is having a tribe that's not mature enough, that is at the level that you're trying to go to. Instead, they're like the crabs in the wet wood that just don't understand why you need to be higher, why you need to branch to the next level. So the youth, it really is like leaving that wet wood, leaving your youth behind, and stepping into your power and stepping into your rightful place and purpose in life. And so I love the fact that that wet wood represents that, as far as your tribe, you know, not being at the level that you want to be, to build that spark and that fire in you so that you could ignite the world on fire. So I love that. It just incorporates exactly my vision. So yeah, that's wet wood. There you go. Thank you.
So, wet wood is Brazilian, unique, rare, robust, very expensive, and only used when that's the only thing that'll matter. That is wet wood.
Okay, I don't know why wet wood makes me smile, but
Brazilian, unique,
Okay, stop it.
exotic.
So what did you think of that? Other than it excited you? Yes.
Look at him, he's got to move his glasses. Are they fogging up? Or are they...
I think he needs little intermittent wipers.
hey, again, each of us go to our different places. Lynn goes deeper. Brian goes for the wood, and hey, we've all got different thoughts on it, because those words mean different things to each of us, and it just makes me giggle. So
I love it. I love it, and that's what our show is being real and raw, and totally. We're not trying to be right for everybody. We're just trying to be right for ourselves, and to know how we can still all be a piece of each other. Oh my gosh, there's Cheryl. I gotta ask Cheryl if she'll come to our. Some of us need to stay there. Sherry, will you do us the honors? You see how I do this selfishly here? So, will you do the honor Cheryl to be on our show the week after, Jerry? Just a food for thought. Oh my goodness.
Hey, Charles, you see right there how tender and just, just nice she was right there.
Some heartfelt.
Yeah. Like it was just like, yeah, just right there. Like,
Well, I love Cheryl. I can't wait to see her.
can you believe that Long Island created that, and now it's just so?
Oh, leave it alone. Because being an angry Puerto Rican Latina just didn't work for me anymore. So I went to the other side. That's what happened. Okay.
Okay. You know, you got more buffalo than people.
Hey, I don't buffalo anybody. So there you go. What's our next word?
Okay. Charles, you see right there when it gets a little uncomfortable. Redirect.
Oh, wait. Speak up. Sure, sounds like a blast. Not sure when Jerry is there, so let me know. I will message you after the show.
Thank you.
It'll be at the beginning of next month because he's the end of the month.
Thank you, Cheryl, for saying yes about something that we haven't created yet.
Right. Shh. Don't say no more. We got, there you go. All right.
Okay, so Lynn, next word for you, and then I'll go, and then Charles, give you a little bit more time because you had 2 in a row. So move at your own pace. Move at your own pace. Lynn, you're up.
Moving at your own pace is so much better because you have less regret. We spend too much time deciding to do things at a pace that was not of our own choosing, and we end up with lots of regrets in the past. And I don't care how old you are, where you're at in life. If you realize that you weren't moving at your pace before, change it today. Go to the pace you want, and know that you're going to be better to take your time to do it the way you want to, and don't live in the regret past anymore. You can't change that, but go ahead and move at the pace that's going to allow you to enjoy life of whatever you have left. So that's about it. Because Brian, you're next.
So you're the gatekeeper of your own life. You have the keys. It's just a matter of the time and when you feel that you're ready to play to put those keys in the slots, right? You're vulnerable, you're transparent, but you're fully in control of what you do and when you do it, right? You're not being influenced by anybody, right? But you know why you do. That never leaves you. No matter where life takes you, you're always in control of where you're going, right? It may not happen now, it may not happen tomorrow, but eventually you're going to get to where you need to be. Charles?
Amen.
Awesome. Well, one of the things that I think about when I think going at your own pace was when I was much younger and working in a warehouse, and I was a distribution manager, but I also worked in the warehouse, drove forklift loaded trucks, drove trucks around if they needed to be driven. And there was a song by Alabama that came out, I'm in a hurry. And I'm in a hurry to get things done. And everything is just running and running and running. Now I'm at an age where that is many years in the rearview mirror. And now I just want to take care of the things that matter to me, not matter to anyone else unless it's my wife or my children or my clients. But I have to do things that I'm going to enjoy. I'm not worried about anyone else or what. No, need to get this done. No, I'm doing it on my own time.
Yep. Good. Very good. Very good.
I love it. Love it.
Okay.
Brian, he did a good job.
Very good. Charles, very good. Very good. I love. Okay, so I have to point this out before we move. Okay, so Jerry says sometimes your own pace doesn't get you there. Sometimes we want to aim and aim and aim and never fire the gun, and at times it takes someone to 100%.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I can speak for that. Let's see here, a week ago, maybe 2.
Yeah.
When I aim the gun, I fire.
Yeah, we just go with mile marker 17 right outside of town here. We can aim anytime. We can shoot anytime too.
What about mile marker 18?
It's part of mile marker 17. So there you go.
Just checking. I mean,
yeah,
it
okay.
might be different in Montana. I don't know.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay, so fulfillment is the next word, and I'll lead this one off, and then Lynn, and then Charles. So fulfillment is it's more of a feeling than it is a set of actions, right? It's like you can't touch fulfillment, right? It's invisible. It's any feeling that you get by doing things that pull you, right? You're in touch with your heart, they just guide you along the way, and you may not know why, but eventually that will reveal itself. So fulfillment is, to me, is the things that you love to do, and they're constantly reinforced. It doesn't always have to be a big awakening or whatever, but your heart and your gut pulls you towards those things where you need to be. So that's fulfillment to me.
Go ahead, Charles.
Yeah.
Oh,
Charles.
no, it's yours, Lynn. I need time to think.
Okay.
Yes, he's our guest, remember?
Oh, okay. Fulfillment is something that really, truly fills your heart with personal achievements. I mean, achieving things really can fulfill your heart. It can also inspire you to do more. Fulfilling things that you didn't think you could do, that you realize you took a chance and you did. Fulfillment is so many wonderful things that you do not realize that without achieving them, you weren't fulfilled until you achieved what you were set out to do. It's just like, it reminds me of days when I used to go running. I used to be like, I don't know if I could do this, but I would go from one tree to another tree or to another landmark and realize that my mind, I could do it. And so when I realized, when you push your mind and you know that you can actually do something and you believe you can do it, it really is a fulfillment of joy, and it opens up the other parts of you to say, what else can I do that I didn't think I could do? And leaving the fact that there's no excuses. You can fulfill anything you want. Maybe not to the degree you were thinking, but it can be possible in ways that you didn't think were possible by trying to fulfill those pockets full of things.
Well done, Lynn.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well, mine will be very short and succinct. Fulfillment for me was when I was filling orders and making sure that customers got taken care of. But now it is all about doing those things that make me feel full, doing those things that bring me joy, and the fulfillment of my life, whatever it is, whether it's writing, whether it's listening to music, whether it's spending time with my wife, whether it's spending time with our children, whatever is going to fill you up. Fulfillment, bringing a fullness to your life.
Yeah, I love it. Way to go.
Okay, we're going to have to speed it up a little bit.
Okay.
Here. Okay. All right. But we don't want to leave anything out. We want to, we want to keep all the goods. Okay. Lynn, this is one that made you look like a tomato the other day. So we're going to go with this one next. And let's see here, Charles, and then I'll go last.
Okay.
So Lynn, lip lock. Lip lock.
This is a word that can mean a lot of things to a lot of different people. So when
Where's
I said lip lock,
where's Scott? Is he here? Is he here?
No, he's not here. But when I was talking lip lock, I was just talking about kissing an old boyfriend. That's all I was talking about, on his lips. That's all I gotta say.
Look at
Charles. So I don't know what you guys are thinking, but it's gonna be sweet and innocent. Well, yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Wait a minute. Well, hey, Charles, can we bring out that dictionary, please?
What? There's no lip lock in that dictionary.
No. Can you look up lip lock and see if Lynn's name is next to it? Because or innocent. Innocent. Let's go with innocent. Yeah. I'm just curious. Is there any? Does it say Lynn Serrano in there anywhere near innocent?
There was nothing with her name, but it did have her picture.
I rest my case.
Oh my gosh, why'd you have to take that word? But and matter of fact, I called Scott after. He said, I'm sorry, I should have asked your permission or something. He goes, hey. And then I didn't know what to think after he said this. He goes, Lynn, back in the day when I used to drink, I used to be at the bar and I made a fool out of myself. I'm like, what's that do? Comparative, whatever. He goes, Lynn, I was fine with it. But I'm like, what are you trying to say? But he was like, hey, it was cool. It was fun. He actually enjoyed our show. So, but I was like, I should have asked about that, shouldn't I? I felt like a guy going, what am I doing? Anyways. Well,
when you're in Florida and you got to like wipe off your face, well, no, you did a little
shut up.
face.
the bad thing is I plan to go over there and do a podcast with them, and I know hopefully I'll do a podcast live, and you don't catch me on there. You don't say nothing about no lip locks.
Well, if Lynn screen blacks, we know why. Yeah, Charles.
Oh man, the guilt's gonna be all over my face.
They got real and raw, baby.
Yeah, like Vince Vaughn said in old school, earmuffs. Look at her. No, she's like got like a Batman exorcist going on here, type of thing.
Stop.
All right, Charles. Lip lock.
I just got on the phone with our mutual friend Mark Rodriguez, and he brought up. He said there was this girl that I knew that when she was younger, and all they really wanted to do was play Truth or Dare and spin the bottle, and that kind of reminded me of my first lip locks.
Oh man, yeah. You look. I'm talking about my first boyfriend. He's talking about my social media husband. What the heck? Can I just not get away from all this?
You can't get away from it. It's inescapable.
Montana has connections.
From California to New York.
I mean, you talk about the 6 degrees of separation. Not in Lynn's book.
I've got him all the way past
baby.
Yep.
It's like it channels through you from.
Oh my gosh.
Now Mark is going to be a Jersey boy.
I know he's going to be Jersey. Yep.
Oh, he's moving.
Yep. Moving from the city to the Jersey.
Yeah, we just got off the phone before I switched over.
Which is funny because Scott used to live in Jersey, so
we know where this is leading.
This is too funny. Anyways, go ahead, move on.
See, hey, on Charles, it's another redirect. Okay, so it's getting a little too personal. Okay, so Charles, this is a term that you shared yesterday that I wanted to bring to light, and it's too funny not to hear your rendition or your rationale behind it. So, Chokeman, and there's a context. Don't you choke, man?
Oh, well, hey, when I was in high school and before playing football or playing baseball, it was all sports.
Mm-hmm.
What do they put in your mind? Don't choke, man. Don't choke, man. Come on, Coachman. Don't choke, man.
Yes.
And I had a catcher who was not a friend of mine, and he says, choke, man. Choke, man. Because the catchers are always talking to you. Choke, man. No, thank you. And that I had to learn to put out of my mind. I had to block that stuff out, even as a kid. It's funny now, but it sure the hell wasn't funny as a kid. Especially when you're batting below the Mendoza line. And that means you're batting under 200.
Yeah. 200 is the Mendoza line. 300 gets you in the Hall of Fame.
Oh man. Okay, Brian.
So this is a combination, it just came to me, of Rob Deere, who was like one of the Major League Baseball all-time like strikeout kings, right? He played for the Brewers. He was number 45. John Wick and Baba Yaga, where he's like the chosen one. He's, there's a legacy, but there's also like a mystique about him, right? Like Chokeman. That's how it shows up to me. So it's a combination of Rob Deere, because it's baseball and he struck out a lot. John Wick and all of his carnage that he's caused, but people don't screw with him. And then Baba Yaga. That's what Chokeman is to me.
You guys had a young player from San Jose on the Brewers. And for whatever reason, I cannot think of his name, but I was the president of the Little League when he was part of our Little League.
Wow.
And he was a good friend of my son's, and I can't remember his name to save my life. But he was a big guy that went over and played in Korea, made a ton of money, and then you guys signed him when he came back.
Okay. Wow. That's cool.
All right. Chokeman to me, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this about Chokeman, and we're going to move on, okay? Chokeman is those guys that wanted to go and date me or kiss me that finally, when I said, let's kiss, they choked, man. They didn't, they just, sorry.
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. That's really
You
good.
had your chance, man.
That was definitely not going where I thought it was.
Oh,
And
there you go.
kudos.
That would have been my first kiss in 6th grade when the girl came up and kissed me. And I wasn't expecting it. And all of a sudden there was something coming out of my mouth and I'm going, no.
The deal was when I was way young, I was sexually abused. So when I got interested in boys, though, my thing was like, you couldn't touch nothing, but you could kiss me. I mean, I would French kiss, but I swear, your hands went anywhere, I beat the shit out of you. So I kissed plenty of boys, but that was like, you know, don't choke, man, because you're gonna get your ass beat. I think it was just too much pressure for a couple of guys. All right, next.
Okay, Lynn, we're going right back to you with this one.
Shit.
Oh shit. So we're gonna go with a little Long Island accent on this one. Okay.
Oh no.
So I'm not that tall. I'm not that tall is the words.
Yeah, I'm not that tall to get in that truck, but I got my ass up that truck, okay? I might not be tall enough to get at my daughter's house. She's 5'9", and she's like, Mom, in the pantry, there's the keto bread. I'm looking everywhere. It's not in the keto basket. It's not in the basket here or whatever. And I finally look up. I'm like, oh, great. My daughter's keeping the keto bread where Mom can't reach it. So I ain't that tall.
Not that tall.
Ain't that tall. Oh my gosh. But I got it anyways.
She has to get out a step ladder. I got it.
I ain't that tall.
I'm not that tall. All right, Charles, what say you? I'm not that tall.
I'm not that tall. My wife, 5'5", and I give her heck about the length of her legs, and she would always say, at least they touch the floor. She's not that tall.
Okay, Brian.
That's like Long Island meets Florida, or Ocean Beach or something. Like
that's Long Island meets California, baby.
Yeah. So I'm not that tall. Is any woman that might be in a nice way vertically challenged? Okay, they're always a firecracker. They always are. There's nothing they could do about that. But they make up for it in how feisty they are. They'll go up to anybody and, the biggest, burliest person or whatever and tell them to show them their tattoos or whatever it is. They have no filter, and they're just that presence that everybody knows about. So
hi,
I'm not
JR.
that tall. That's what I'm not that tall is to me.
We're going to have to get Jerry or JR in here sometime too.
JR is here.
Yeah.
JR is doing a show today with Dan Altmeyer at
awesome
4:00 Eastern.
There we go.
Representing the Queen City, JR.
Oh, check it out. You got something short with short women?
Absolutely not.
People got no reason.
Hey.
Absolutely nothing against short women whatsoever.
No, not at all.
We love short women.
Jerry,
short.
We're just having fun on this show.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Yay, JR will come on sometime. I'll look at the schedule. Yay. Thank you, JR.
So we got a few left to go, and we want to make sure that this is the ultimate embarrassment on our behalf. So here we go. Okay, so Lynn, blank canvas. Blank canvas.
Canvas. blank canvas. No, there you go. No, just kidding. Blank canvas. Shit. Colorful canvas. Clear. I know you're trying to do clear canvas, but I said colorful canvas. Okay, next. JR lives at one side of Charleston and I'm on the other side. Oh, Charlotte. Oh, well, then we'll all have to get together. That would be freaking awesome. Yeah. I would love that.
That's really cool.
So
that would be beautiful.
Yes. So colorful canvas.
You guys.
Lip lock to what?
For you guys.
Okay, let's just let that go.
Yeah. La 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 la. I love it when his eye it's ultimate fun.
Anyways, Brian.
I didn't hear what you said, Lynn. So
I said the blank canvas. What was that to you?
What was yours?
I told you colorful.
Oh, colorful. Okay.
Yes.
So blank canvas to me is nothing is assumed. There's no judgments. You paint it every day, right? There is no, you're not bringing over any emotions, any feelings, any of the past into what today looks like. Like if that board is sitting in front of you on an easel, you grab that dry erase marker, you create whatever you want. There's no right and wrong. And you just go to work on that stuff. And the bigger that the blank canvas is, the less likely there's going to be any distractions of any kind besides what you need to do and where you need to be.
All right, Charles.
Blank canvas.
Blank canvas to me is a child coming into the world.
Oh,
everything
I love that.
is going to change because you don't know what that person is going to be or what that person will become. How that childhood is going to turn in to how this person becomes as an adult.
I love that.
And then that canvas can always change from
Absolutely.
that.
Excellent.
All right.
Okay, so I'll let our guest begin with this one, so we get a little chance to hyperventilate and wonder what we're going to say. So, Charles, the one word expression is Chuckman. Chuckman.
Well, it was Coach Chuckman, and that was something that one of my high school buddies gave to me. Now I thought about saying the name that I gave him, but it would be highly politically incorrect. And let's just say that he was a white guy with a big afro, and his name was Kenny. And so a popular program at the time was a mini series that just came out. So I called him Blank Kenny. And that's where I'm going to go. Chuckman was just something that he just threw my name around, and we gave each other just stupid nicknames.
Okay, I'll go next. When I think of Chuckman, I think of you being a coach, getting really upset at a player, and you turn into a version of Chucky with your eyes beaming red. Like, well, maybe not, that what you just did there, that pantomime, but, you're standing there with your hat on or whatever, your shorts, and it's like when they do something out in the field and your eyes just beam and, that's what Chuckman is.
Chuckman was, to me, instead of Charles, they called him Chuck, but then they go, man, really? Man, really? Chuck? Man, really? Come on, man. So Chuckman.
Much better than what one of the girls from school, and we knew each other very well, but she always froze when she started to say my name, and she'd say, "Oh, shit." And every time, "Oh, shit, I can't remember your name." And we're sitting right next to each other. And like, so my name's on my paper right there.
I have one more for Chuckman. It's the equivalent of Charles, of your specific ingredients or whatever in a Hunger Man meal. You know what I mean? Like your signature meal in a container.
Oh, that's awesome.
Your go-to. Yeah, that would be
yeah.
Chuckman. Instead of Hungry Man, it's Chuckman.
Ooh.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Chuckman has been very full of late.
Is there like any
Chokeman.
reservoir where you can like a balloon, like put it in and it'll just
No, but
No.
you know what? That's funny.
He's-
That's one of the things that you're saying, because when I listen to you guys, a lot of the time I'm in there making my meal for that day, and I'm either filling up a crock pot or getting ready to cook something right there, and I can just laugh my ass off while you guys are in there laughing your asses
Well,
off.
hey, we could make this an ongoing thing, Charles, is that if you want to experiment like with your own variety of Hungry Man meals or Chuckman meals, we'd love to see what those signature meals are.
Well,
Yeah.
we just finished up the Chuckman tri-tip with carrots and
Oh.
potatoes and all sorts of peppers.
Yeah, but remember, Monday's coming.
Monday is coming.
Yeah, he and I had a little talk about what Monday is going to mean to him. He's going to try to do something that a lot of people wait till Monday to do.
Oh.
Going to take away some of this face.
Diets. Everybody says they're going to start a diet on Monday. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe I'll wait till next Friday.
I said, why is it always got to be Monday, man?
Thursday.
Let's get to our next word, you guys.
All right,
We're running out of
Lynn.
room.
This is another Lynnism, Charles. Okay. This is usually not a part of our normal vocabulary on this show, but we go with it. Water wiggle. Water wiggle. Lynn, you're up.
Leave the wood out of it.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to wiggle my way out of the water right now. Wiggle away water, wiggle away water. Wiggle water. I don't know. Today has different meaning than yesterday, so to speak. Wiggle water. Right now I'm trying to wiggle in my seat instead of in the water. I mean, I don't know. Wiggle water. It just doesn't work for me today. So wiggle water is in the past. I'm going to stop there.
So a water wiggle to me is a combination of a noodle, but firmer, and something you play with out in the pool.
Okay. We'll just let it go.
So here's where I'm at. You remember the slip and slides?
Yes.
Slip and slides as a kid, there wasn't anything more fun. But along with that, there was a toy that came out that you would attach to your hose, and it had like a little snake head on it, and the hose would take off. And was that not called a water wiggle?
Maybe it was.
But it was by Whammo, I believe. My childhood full circle, and I loved it. I remember being on my grandpa's backyard, and we'd have everything flowing.
Oh, that's fun.
Going down the ramp. Woo!
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Okay, so the next one to Charles is purpose. The word is purpose.
Okay, so this one is very serious. Purpose is right there because, I spent a long time going out and having a blast and doing a lot of things and being very, very crazy. But my purpose is to serve our God, doing the best that I can for the world in the way that He wants me to. And doing it in a way that works for my family and for myself, but also for people around me. But it is making sure that I have a true purpose in life, and just realizing that, you know what, everything that I did before I accepted Christ was a different world. Now it's set on making sure that I'm doing the right things, and just attempting. And I fail every day attempting to be the best person that you can be.
Well, we're here. We're having a human experience, and it's human nature to fault and to find fault. And yet it's a wonderful thing when you find your purpose to make a difference in life. And you definitely have made a difference in the life Charles. And I'm just thankful to call you a friend and just spend time and sit at the table with you. And the purpose is for us to find like-minded people that just love each other. Despite what our pasts are, despite what we believe, we have this invisible line that we know we're all one and we're all here to love one another and to respect each other. And the purpose I find in my life is that whether the people trespass against me, judge not, ye not be judged, whatever, I still find, like I posted yesterday, even a bad apple, even a rotten bad apple still has a good part. And I choose to look at the good part, not the bad part. So that's my purpose in life, is to, even though I may struggle with things, but I just turn it around that I'm going to love everybody and I'm going to love them where they're at. I'm going to still try to be a part of their life because that's what I'm supposed to do. It's not an easy task, but my purpose is always to find the good in everything. So that's my purpose.
Purpose for me is two things. Number one is that I follow the light only I can see. And that there's a lot in that because it's imaginary, right? But it's from an open place, like what we talked about last week, the week of the open road, is that only I can see it. And no matter how far I go, I know that there's more I can be. And in honor of my dad, one of the promises I made to him is that I'll live out everything he taught me. I'll live out his legacy through my life, right? Continuing to embody those things that he instilled into me that maybe in the moment I wasn't aware of. But as life goes on and family becomes more and more important, that you have to bind together, and that's really all you got, right? Besides your health, is that's essential, right? My dad embodied a lot of things, but unfortunately, like when he was alive, I only could see so many of them. So it's a combination of me seeing the light that only I can see and living out my life and my dad's legacy.
I just got the chills you saying that, and me getting the chills is just, letting you know that your dad heard you. I mean, it's always, when I get that, I know it's a spirit spy that is just saying they're here. So I just needed to tell you that.
I appreciate it, Lynn. I made that commitment as soon as he passed away, and I'm going to hold on to that for the rest of my life.
I love it.
So
I love it.
Okay, we got a few minutes left here, and we're down to 3. Okay, so I'll go first. Decide for yourself. When you decide for yourself, it's completely on your understanding, right? It doesn't have to make sense to anybody else. When you decide for yourself, number one, you put your stake in the ground that here's what I'm doing, here's what I'm up to, and whatever happens, happens. I'm risking on myself that whatever I put out in the world is what I'm going to become. And whatever happens, it may not be where I want to be, but just like what Les Brown said, right? If you reach for the stars and you're better off than where you were, right? So decide for yourself. You have to go all in on whatever those decisions are without the noise and confusion of other people. So decide for yourself who wants to go next.
I'll go.
Okay.
Decide for yourself is basically knowing that whatever you do, decide for yourself that you did the best you could in any situation, that you can live with the decision you decide, and know that you are going to settle right in that space, that you're going to decide that you matter, what you think of yourself matters, and that at the end, when you're done with that decision, that it was the best decision for you first and for those around you. That's deciding.
That's awesome.
Great.
That's awesome. And mine would be, I was a kid with sometimes a very bad attitude, and my mom would say I had something that was called asphasia, and it was a nerve that ran from your butt to your eyes, to the nerves in the back of your eyes, and it gave you a crappy outlook on life. And from that, I had to make a decision at some point. You know what? That's not who I am. This is my stake in life. Like Brian said, laying that stake. And I had to decide, you know what? I'm going to take away that asphasia and have a happier life. And you have to only you can make that decision.
Mm-hmm. Way to go, Charles.
Love it. Love it.
Okay, we're down to 2. All right, here we go. Create from nothing.
Hi, Rosa.
Hey, Rosa, thanks for being here. Create from nothing. Who wants to go?
I'll go first. Create from nothing is basically saying that you're allowed to take good experiences or desires or passion. You're allowed to take and create that into whatever you want it to be. You either create it or it creates for you. So why not take it and make it what you want it to be instead of what it'll end up to be if you leave it up for chance. So that's create in a nutshell really quick here. Yeah. Go ahead, Charles.
I will again turn to this and say, from where we all came, we came from nothing, and then we had a creator. Create from nothing. That's what he did. It wasn't a big bang. It was God creating all things. He created it from nothing, just like a child being born, and that open canvas, that clear canvas, it's been created.
Love it. I love it.
Similar to what Charles said, there's only a couple other words that I would add because that was great, is freedom. That
freedom choice.
Freedom of choice to, just like building a house, a foundation, right? Whatever you put in is what it's going to be. And you can't go back on anybody that says, I don't like what this looks like when you were in full control of that. So,
right.
Okay. All right. With our last one here, this goes back to music when we talked music last week, and I figure it's a great thing to end the show on. So, Charles, you'll go first to kind of set the stage for what was there when this when this time in history happened. Okay, so the band is Molly Hatchet. Molly Hatchet. What comes to mind?
I'm flirting with disaster. Hey, there was no more thunderous sound when those guys came out and played that. And it was a beautiful thing when Southern rock started hitting big time with Molly Hatchet and Leonard Skinner and all those other Southern bands coming out, taking from the Allman Brothers from a decade or more before. Mm-hmm. They came out and made a huge sound along with the Marshall Tucker Band, taking and making some of that country rock and Southern rock. And it's got a big place in my soul. Flirting with disaster, baby.
All right, Lynn.
Dreams I'll never see, huh? Oh man, that's I was very young. I didn't know much about Molly Hatchet, but yeah, I know the music. So that's all I'll say.
So when I think of Molly Hatchet, I just think total being rebellious, self-expressed, not having a care in the world, and lots of like if there was ever a party, it'd be your head would hurt the next day, and there might be a lot of stories that you might not remember. That was a time when life was just carefree and fancy-free.
That's it. I mean, that was in the mid to late 70s into the 80s when I was a young man from 16 to 25. And it was a time that you were out there having a good time, going out there and dancing, going out there and drinking, going out and lip locking.
Woo! A callback. I love the
callback. Although I never did kiss a girl until I met my wife, I must say.
Oh, yeah. Oh. April Fool's was yesterday.
Well, I'm still carrying it over.
I'm just envisioning all this. It's like, hey, baby. All the music is going, and it's like, you're just having this moment, right?
Hey, hold on a second. It's my dad calling. Hold on. Hey, Daddy, I'll call you right back. Okay, love you. Bye. I'm sorry. It's my daddy. He's 80 years old. I'll answer him.
Yeah.
So Charles, we're honored and grateful you volunteered to be on our show. Any final words or takeaways or whatever that you'd like to impart, amongst anybody watching or catching the replay?
I would just say to everyone that this internet, although it is crazy at times and sometimes it's ruthless out there, when you get to meet people like these two and the others that are commenting on this, hey, you are living in a better world. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And I love you both. We will be friends forever.
I'm honored and I love you, Charles. Just, just scrolling down my thing. If I just see you, it just makes me smile. You just,
funny face.
No, not at all. I just love to pop in and hear wisdom of the words from the Bible. I highly recommend everybody follow him. And thank you, Rosa, for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, we love you, Brian. Brian. I love you, Brian. But I love you too, Charles. I read that. I just went this way, but Charles, no, seriously, it was an honor to have you here. We'd love to have you back sometime. I speak that for both of us, I'm sure. Brian?
Yeah, the Charles, you're a kindred spirit. Whenever I think of you and just how our interaction and friendship came to be, everything with Scott McCain and other people, it's just great. It's surreal about how that comes just by the daily the attention and just name awareness and whatnot. But you're a kindred spirit. Anytime I see your name or you comment, it's like, it's just fun. It's random. Who knows what's going to come out of Charles' mouth, but it's going to be great.
Yeah. I love it. And thank you.
And your loyalty, just who you are as a person and how much you do for others and where your heart is. It's priceless.
And
I love it.
You got to have a good heart. You got to have a heart for people. You got to love people, and you got to love where you're coming from.
Absolutely. And that's why we all are family. That's why we're truly a family. And that's it's as real as people I've met in real life, and that's the amazing, powerful thing that we're blessed with.
Well, in 2020, this is real life.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
No, 2021. What you talking about?
2021.
It is 2021, but in 2020, it became real life.
Yeah.
And thank you, Rosa. Thank you for being here.
And thank you, Rosa, for saying thank you to Charles, because we couldn't thank him enough. Yeah. So I thank you for that. I know we got to get going, you guys. It's been great. Next Friday, we have Ken Walls. We're super excited because we are real and raw here. So you guys have a great day and happy Easter.
Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you back here for another week worth of content and great fun.
And I love today. Today was Good Friday, and we had good old Chuckman here.
Thank you, Charles. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. Love you. Hold on.